Pardon me. Would you have any Grey Poupon?
Well, you can do school or you can do drugs, but you really can't do both.
Read Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard, the owner's manual for the human mind.
Well, friends, welcome back to the program. Wow, this is as good as it gets. Noah, how are you?
I'm basically shitting my pants.
I don't think you're moved at all.
I'm so moved.
You know?
I have the autism where I can't really show emotion that well, but I'm very excited. This is a huge get.
The parade of schlubs that have come through my basement.
I know.
And you're tap dancing, and now finally, someone we actually care about.
No, I'm starstruck to high heavens right now.
Wake up! Ah! Thank you. Noah and I are over the moon right now to bring you what an absolute get for us, guys. And I'm not joking right now when I say whatever fucking work van you're in right now, I want you to damage the contents. I want you to make every piece of hardware in that truck unusable for the next guy. Get yourself fucking fired right now. You know him from the bonfire and lose your skate. And getting you through the workday so that you don't blow your brains out in the shared office bathroom. I want you to fucking get fired from your job right now for motherfucking Big J Oakerson!
I liked it.
That's the show.
That's the show.
That's what we do.
And it's a wrap.
And then we do the podcast. Thank you for being here with us, bro.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, through pretty difficult circumstances too. And I stopped you from saying a word about this to me, and I felt bad that you even showed up. But apparently, so the hotel flooded in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it wasn't like I didn't have to overcome much to get up. Although we just went to bed stupid late. But I mean, it was fine. I had to wake up for stuff.
But not getting sleep, I would have texted and said, "Hey man, I don't know if you heard about the hotel flooding. And it's just like everything's good, but like today's gonna be pretty shaky. I'm not gonna make it."
No, it was fine. It was so. I'll tell you what, I lucked out crazy, and there's a weird twist of events kind of that happened with this. When we first checked in, or when I checked in with young Dill from New York.
He survived, right?
He survived.
Oh, okay.
But
he's floating on a door in the hotel right now.
Well, me and Dylan were, they get up there and they go, all right, we have your rooms. And they said he was 2109. I'm 2107. So I went, I was like, no, we don't want to share a wall. That's like weird. I was like, let's move him to a...
He makes baboon noises when he mentions it.
Yeah. So they go, all right, can we move him to 2110? I was like, yeah, sure. It's right across the same kind of room. Sure, no problem. Last night at like 3 a.m., I went downstairs outside to smoke a cigarette. And 10 minutes or so. And when I went back inside, I went to go get like Gatorade or something from the marketplace, and the alarm started going off. The fire alarm started going off with like an evacuation thing, and then Mike Fenoy and Dylan call me, and
you're gauging other people's reactions. Like, is this?
Well, there was no one. It was just me, kind of in the lobby
by yourself,
and like the people behind the desk, and they don't know what's going on, and then they go, "Oh, you shouldn't use the elevator, I don't think," and I assumed they meant the elevators didn't work. They did work fine. But they now I start seeing people start evacuating out, and so people are coming out and they're pissed. And what is going on? There's something, I don't know if we can look it up. Something's going on in town that was very black. And they said it's like a yearly thing that happens, like a big. I did
see they had the barricades on the parkway when I was coming down last night.
That was for the parade, I think.
Oh yeah, that was for the
Thanksgiving.
Parade. But everyone was dressed to the nines, and it was and everyone was there just for the night. So now what you're happening is people coming down as it's taking a while. No one knows what's going on. People are coming down saying they're checking out. People are just checking out in the middle of the night.
Where are you going to go?
I have no.
It's that bad though.
Well, they were saying everyone kept saying well, checkout's 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. anyway, so it's it's already at this point it's 4 something in the morning. 4 in the morning, and they're going so we might as well just go.
Let's go to the airport
now, and you're like, damn, that sucks. And so people are checking out, and then so eventually we go. I think we can go let's see if the elevators work. Let's just go back up. And what I did over here at one point, they go, sprinklers went off. There's no fire, but the sprinklers had gone off in someone's room. And what Dylan ends up hitting me up before I go back up the elevator is Dylan goes, the room that is shooting out water, and I guess I thought the sprinkler system in a hotel was more like, I don't know why I thought it, I just don't know that I thought it was more like a, whoop, this went out. I thought it was going to be more of like a sprinkler system, like
like a fine mist, like the vegetables at the supermarket.
Yeah,
almost. Yeah, it's not that at all. It fills the room almost with water. It seems it was crazy because when
the movie's alive to us,
Dylan starts filming. When he goes out of his room, because what the room this is happening in, 2109.
Whoa.
The room that Dylan would have been in if we didn't say
way.
Movie. And Dylan was now right across from 2109 and 2110.
Well, I mean, just think how bad your life would be if either of you masturbated quieter. You'd be ruined. He's got all the tech equipment.
All the tech equipment.
Oh my God, it would have been fucked.
So he's showing me that the water's making its way in the hall. And I said to Dylan, I was like, is it like going in my room? This is all happening within the 10 minutes that I was gone. This amount of damage. Whoa. And he goes, it's getting pretty close. So that's when we were like, I was like, oh shit, I should probably go up and like see.
That's why you risked your life on the elevator, which you're never supposed to take during an emergency.
You must, yeah.
And you're seeing people fleeing for their lives.
And plenty of other people going back up, though.
Oh, okay.
Floods have kind of plagued this show over the last few months. There's been a lot of like flooding situations.
Yeah, we got flooded here.
Around this place got flooded like twice in the last 3 months.
Hey, man.
Really?
The original studio gone because of a flood.
I went through Sandy, like destroyed everything I owned.
Jesus Christ.
I lived in Long Island when that happened. It was that was like a night like we stayed, which was dumb. Where I stayed, my ex-wife came back to rescue me when I was like, I'm not going to be able to stop this water from destroying my house.
Paddling a boat out.
You had a shotgun and a cigarette on the roof?
And when she came to get me, we pulled out of the driveway. As we were driving down the street, like a wave of water, literally like a wall of water came and just washed over the car, and the car just turned off. I had to like walk back through like waist deep water, holding like a dog over my head.
I've never heard this story before. It's
pretty wild.
That's insane.
And then we went back. Our neighbors had a generator going. They stayed. We went in their house and just watched the news keep telling us that like we're probably gonna die and there's no help if you need help, like coming.
Jesus
away.
Christ,
that's so exciting.
There was boats in the
street. That is pretty cool.
Dude,
I mean, that story ends with my neighbor, who was far more masculine than me, it turns out. We needed gas for the generator, and that dude went out there, all the dead cars in the street, and started siphoning gas.
Whoa!
Like, he did like the old like
beast. That's so sick. Hell yeah!
And I was like, by the way, I know what the concept is of doing it. Like, and I'm sure I could figure out in 2 seconds how to siphon gas, but I knew the process requires getting gas to your mouth and lips. That I just did to him. I was like, "Is this? You could really do this?" He goes, "How do you get?" You can do it. I didn't know you could do that. I just kept saying like playing stupid. So I was like,
with your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, I was like, and he's like, yeah, I think it's just you do this. I was like, yeah, is that all you do?
That's it. It's that easy.
Show me what you think it is, and maybe I'll try.
I watched an uncle siphon gas one time, and it
feels trashy no matter what the circumstance.
I'll tell you,
unless it's post-apocalyptic.
It changed my perception of him for the rest of my life, and it wasn't even just the act of siphoning, but like I think if I was forced to do it, I'd have my thumb right there, ready to not get even a molecule of gasoline on my lips. But he went
crazy,
2 full spits of gasoline without any hesitation, and I was just like, dude, you were on borrowed time.
That's insane.
You're not supposed to
I would
live
assume
like
if you
that.
drink gasoline at all, you die. I would assume that's instant death.
I would have to like gargle a Coke Zero after that or something. Like I don't know what you'd gargle with to make that go. It's not mouthwash.
Well, but what if it's delicious? What if gasoline is so good?
It's the sweet stuff.
Yeah, what if it's like really sweet, like antifreeze?
Yeah, once you burn off the ethanol, it's like Jack Daniel's sauce.
My uncle's flambe.
Baked Alaska with gasoline.
But I watched his face. I remember I have his entire face committed to memory, and I knew the second that gasoline hit his lips, it was not his first time tasting.
Yeah. Oh well, I said I'd never be back, but here we find ourselves.
Voted in the uncle rankings, dude.
Hey, old girl.
So funny.
You've got 15 brothers, man. Now you're at the bottom.
So that fucking we ended up being like fine, obviously, and but it destroyed everything I owned completely. Brutal. So I've been through a lot. But in that time that when we went back up to the 21st floor to go to my room, like we had to walk through genuinely in the hallway 3 inches of water.
Floating corpses.
Yeah. It turns out they moved the headstones. They never moved the body. 21st floor, a coffin pops up. Where was this buried?
This hotel's actually an ancient cheating couple burial ground.
Every room is actually room 13.
So we walk through. I walk through 3 inches of water and get to my door. The water's going right to my door. So I'm like,
wait, 21, 10, 2 and 1 and 10 is 13. I'm sorry, dude.
1408.
So you've made it all the way back up. You're in 3 inches. It's splish splashing every step.
Right,
Your socks are wet.
No. I'm in. I have shoes on. It's fine.
So not enough to penetrate the shoes.
No, tiptoed over, and stayed along the wall. And then when I got to the room, opened the door to the room, and the carpet right there, bone dry. I'm like, oh man, it stopped right at the threshold. That's pretty wild. I'm like, that's lucky.
Thanks, God.
And then I looked into my room to be like, oh, you know, it's kind of good. Like I didn't have anything on the floor really anyway. So like a pair of boots, it'll be fine if there was water on the floor. Then I go walk into the room and see it's crazy. The bed, like surrounding the bed completely, 3 inches of water. I mean, it is a moat around the bed that if I would have like just woke up and heard the alarm going off and been like, what's that? Like I would have been surrounded by that water. Like going out to smoke a cigarette, like saved probably that going so much worse for me.
Oh yeah.
I would have been stuck in like that water, like rushing. It was like
you would have been running around screaming, not knowing what to do.
But it's the room. It was the room next to mine. So
alligators.
what happened was it was the room next to mine. It was just genuinely coming through the wall.
Oh, dude.
And they were like, it's destroyed down to like the 17th floor and everything. So people started checking out. I just went down there and was just like, I need a new room. And then I had to bring one of those the hotel carts. When it was going through the water, it was like, you know, that when a bike goes through water. It was pretty funny.
Hydroplaning.
Just rush pack. And then while I was packing my stuff back up, the alarm started back up, which now I'm packing in a panic of like, is this thing about to start raining down? Like, oh my God.
The ceiling's going to collapse. I'm going to fall into the Black family reunion.
Dylan's got a video we got to get from him that's like, I mean, he said the guy whose room it was calmly just kept opening the door and taking other stuff out of his room. Like, all right, got to get this out of here. And like he was accepting it so
whistling.
well, where I would have been like
The old couple in the Titanic.
I didn't even do anything to cause this. This is crazy, dude.
I would have been
Not my job.
He definitely did something to cause it. Yeah. I was I would have been in there like screaming at God in the rain, like on my knees. Like it would have been so much more dramatic. Like I was like, why is this happening to me?
Shirt off, hair flipping it.
It's not the first time I've been evacuated at a hotel. It's so weird.
You're in hotels a bunch. I mean, it's got to just be
Yeah.
a statistical thing.
But I was thinking most people would, even in a lot of hotels, would never be evacuated that often. But it's as simple as a drunk asshole cranking the fire alarm.
Yeah.
Because I will say I've been evacuated where I was like, I felt we needed to get out 2 times only last night and once in Charlotte. I have also many times sat right in my room through the alarm being like, this is a false alarm. It's never on fire. Yeah. I look out into the courtyard and see like the rooms I can see, like no smoke. We're fine. Yeah. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep watching TV.
Yeah, every job I've ever had, I've ignored the fire unless they said that we're doing a fire drill.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Doing fire drills as an adult.
Oh yeah.
Is one of the most demoralizing experiences you can go through.
Yeah.
And then you're standing outside in the parking lot with a bunch of other adults, just like, bro, I should kill myself, man.
You know, something they've changed in the time that I've done. You're doing Shiprocked with me this year, and I've done it several times before. And one thing they've changed, I believe, across the board with these cruise ships, was they did essentially, everyone boards the boat, gets super like excited right away. They all are rushing to grab booze and
get back to like the railing drinks, so that they could be there on the deck.
Yeah. And then, but there was a thing where they go also though, at like 3:45 or something. It was the time when everyone's on the boat. You have to get your life vest that's in your room and report to your, I forget, it's called something like your station
officer.
dock or whatever.
Okay.
And like, yeah, there's somebody there. It's like your section to go to where the lifeboats and everything are. And it was, talk about crossing a border and something like that is the most evening thing with like celebrity and people, because it didn't fucking, like, you had to do this if you were on that boat. So it's like you'd be there with a bunch of like fat shirtless dudes and they're like ugly fucking wives. Yeah, they're diabetic girlfriends. And then like Zach Wilde. And then we're just holding a fucking buoy. Like
yeah, being absolutely brutal metal dudes and also like forcing yourself to pay attention to life-saving
you have to.
rules.
It's like, and you report to this station, Doc, where you will find your lifeboat. Yeah. And Women Children goes, yeah, what do you think about that, Slayer?
It's also like the gayest Filipino man in the world giving you all the instructions.
Yeah, watching guys in leather vests and fucking tattoos and long hair go through other person. Like every time you go into like the food room, they like squirt you with like hand sanitizer.
I'm gonna hit him with the washi.
It's so.
There's also an air of like, yeah, the songs are all made up. We don't want to die. We actually really love being alive, and we, we'll do anything.
Oh man, you're gonna have a blast.
Oh, I can't wait, man! I can't wait to mouth every word of the Crazy Bitch slow jam.
12-minute.
The 12-minute Crazy Bitch. I've been talking about this for months now.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a religious experience.
It's going to be legendary.
I told Barry Joe I'm going to try to come. I said if it's okay with you, I'm going to try to come during Crazy.
Like tantrically, just like through thought.
Yeah, it's like just back up into me hard enough. Let me please come during the 12-minute live Crazy Bitch.
You got to wear the swishy pants.
I don't ask a lot yet. I got to get kicked out of the strip club.
Basketball shorts.
Yeah, I don't think it would be an issue to wear basketball shorts to any of those shows.
No. You'll be well accepted.
It's all going to be shorts in the winter, guys.
Yeah, you'll be the most casual. You'll be the most biz casual person there.
I won't be the only guy coming either, I don't think.
No.
There's people that hear Crazy Bitch and they go, this is the sexiest thing ever made.
Dude, they think about how she fucks so good.
Where we're going to have to curb ourselves, the difficulty is, especially after the shows and stuff, and everybody knows you're the comics and stuff, and they're like excited to see you guys.
And you just bombed in front of them.
And say hi. No, the shows will be good.
You call them all fat faggots and they hated you.
You guys are fucking losers anyway. I don't like
Call
you.
them fat faggots. Maybe some of them will turn on you. But the people watching at the buffet is world class, dude. I mean, when they're going for it, they are going with the things. First of all, having to make room for somebody to come up to get a prime rib on a fucking jazzy cart on a cruise. Like, you're being moved by everything but yourself at that point. The sea is moving you. An electric cart is moving you. The winds. Time. Everything is moving you. And she is just on a fucking cart.
That might be the pinnacle of human achievement.
Yeah.
In complete stasis while you're nonstop moving.
Like, if I'm giving a TED Talk, it's like, this is it, man. This is show them this when we get to the new planet.
No movement times all movement. That's got to be some kind of a Goodwill Hunting formula.
Yeah, one of these fat cunts is going to open a wormhole at some point.
When Noah first walked over with his palette, I don't know why I had a feeling. I was like, is he going to put makeup on me? Do we get makeup before the show? He goes, just a little, just for the shine.
Just some blush.
And also, you didn't sleep good, so it's dark under your eyes.
No,
It's just the base coat.
No, it's going to look natural. It's not going to look.
It's not going to look weird. Yeah, no.
It's not. The idea is to make it look like you're not wearing it.
I'm not really doing much.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Fucking.
I had my own troubles, man. I had intent. I mean, like diarrhea, where you think about how it used to kill people.
Yeah.
Starting last night. Yeah.
Oh no.
Revenge. Something revenge.
It was, bro.
Shake Shack's revenge.
I had two different kinds of pizza, and they kept bringing in appetizers. Well, this wasn't the problem. They kept bringing in more food to the green room, but they're also really excited to tell us about how they have creme brulee now. And so they were bringing in endless creme brulees all night, and I kept eating them.
Are they good?
I mean, it's creme brulee.
Yeah. I will say,
and then I would have like a salty again.
Oh no.
The garnish of the
mint and the ras.
of the mint leaf. The raspberries, I understand. The mint leaf is like, you're at a comedy club. Dial it back, would
Throw
you?
a mozzarella stick in there.
I mean, it's a mint leaf.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
Some point in their orders now, they have to make sure we have mint for the new creme brulee.
Yeah, it's an extra
Gary Owen's coming in.
$65
It's going to be
month.
a heavy creme brulee weekend. By the way, on the way up here, driving up here, the Parks Casino advertisements are all up. Why do they give everybody's like every comedian's picture they choose is like one that's like they're looking for world domination.
Oh,
Jessica
yeah.
Pearson is looking over. It's like, you will come
Menacing.
to the show.
Truly menacing.
You will obey.
Yeah.
Follow orders, and order will
It's like
follow you.
She almost looks like Chris Angel.
Yeah. Come watch the mysterious Jessie Kearse. I mean, her comedy is so funny and so silly. That's so funny. The picture is like, it's like if you know Jessica, the picture's
90s
funny.
badass stuff.
If you know Jessica, the picture's funny because it looks like it's on purpose to be like a badass picture. But like to the common driver by, it's like,
It's kind of terrible.
Why is this unpleasant woman want me to come see her?
Furious Jewish woman want me to buy.
I'm here to yell at you. Come to the Parks Casino if you want to get yelled at.
She fin doms the crowd.
And then Gary Owen's thing is called like the Deadbeat Tour. That was the other poster. The Deadbeat Tour, but I don't know why it was consuming me thinking about it. Like, I know he got divorced. That was a big thing.
You know what? I didn't follow him closely enough. I liked him a lot when I watched him like years and years ago.
Gary Owen is a comic who I have always, because something about his thing I'm immediately turned off by. Like
Wait, he has a thing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like cancer?
Yeah. No, like, his thing. Well, you know what it was? I started comedy with like so much of like that thing was like the pander, and I don't really believe it. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
You what's the code switch, right? Is the calling thing?
Yeah.
It's like that he like became a thing to entertain a certain audience. And then he stayed with it, and like his success in it always kind of annoyed me. But every fucking time I would be like, Gary Owen, let's put on this goofy wigger and watch him do whatever. And then 100% of the time he makes me laugh.
Yeah,
I was like, son of a bitch is a good comic.
Him and Sebastian Maniscalco make me fucking laugh harder than like almost anybody.
Sebastian,
makes me
I find
so
awesome.
mad,
Sebastian
'cause
too was
it's
like it's a
hilarious.
thing I thought I was supposed to hate. And then I watch the thing and I go, I don't know, it's always caught me.
It's never not gotten me.
Yeah.
I've never just been like, I guess.
You're going to cook chicken in your room? George Foreman grill? Jeez, it's great. And I still, when I drive by, I see the billboard and it's like a picture of him like, and I'm like, God damn, what a ham. And then you're like, it's going to be a great hour of comedy.
Of course. He's going to wreck it.
Yeah, dude, I would.
Jeselnik's on the Unlikable podcast tour,
fuck-
but it's
fuck.
like, but he's so funny. He's a good.
Yeah, he's so
comic,
funny,
man.
but it's like I don't know, man. The fucking I feel this is like these are 19-year-old conversations about music where it's like you're talking about like the craft and shit like that. It's just so fucking gay.
Well, it's
I
it's,
can't
like, it's too
stand it.
serious. Yeah,
Yeah, it sucks.
You got to go be funny on things.
Yeah,
Although I wonder if it's brought to him a lot, where it's like, what do you hate about comedy, man?
yeah, maybe every podcast he's on is hitting him with the same question, and he's
yeah.
giving a very long answer every
Yeah.
time. Yeah, he's probably getting sick of it. You're right.
yeah, he
Fuck,
hates
dude,
it.
I can't stand it. I would, dude. If I had the opportunity to Gary Owen, I would Gary Owen. Like you would forget I ever existed, man. I would be a new guy. If
The adoration of black
If I was
people.
doing, if I had like an Asian wife and I was doing like Chinese voice to Asian crowds, and it
yeah.
hit, it's like that's
There
me
is-
See
forever.
you later.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Sayonara.
How old are you?
38.
38. So yeah, you do hit an age. It was funny. My step pop, when I said I was doing comedy younger, and he was kind of like devil's advocating the whole thing always. You know, like, well, what are you looking for? What do you think's going to happen with this? You know, kind of shit. And he was like, "What are you looking for? Fame or money?" He's like, "Are you looking to get? Like, you want to be famous, or do you want to get like make money at this?" And I was like, at that point, literally, I was like, "Oh, I think completely fame." But then I assumed doesn't like the money kind of come with that? And the flip of that as I got older, and the thing you're like, "Oh, I couldn't give a fuck as long as it's me being funny, like what I think is funny. Like I couldn't give a fuck what the thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure."
Well,
Make me pop for a fucking Sprite commercial. Who gives a fuck, man? You know what I mean? Like,
I
who
want to be
gives
the
a
most
fuck?
famous. I want to be the most famous guy ever. I want to be the only person anyone thinks about.
Ooh.
I want to be
Like
a
your
Ricky
thing sounds cool, but like no, I think I want to occupy like a pretty good chunk of everyone's. Like, what do you mean money? What? Yeah, of
yeah.
course.
But I'm saying, but it was funny for it because money. Because you were like, well, eventually, like I'll get older and I'll make money, right? And then I got older, and I was far more known than I was money. And you're like, ooh, I would give up a lot of this.
Yeah,
for money.
Dude. You're talking to someone that has the same ratio at maybe the lowest possible level. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but it's like it is like, but it's yeah, that was the funniest when I cried on a podcast for being broke at like 36. And
Oh, you can't do that.
Oh no, you know what's funny?
Did you get sympathy?
Not only no, not only did I do it though, but no, I think this is like this blows with something that blows me away with comedy. Like sometimes the editing out like your own. Like when that podcast ended, Brian Koppelman's podcast I was on, he goes, he was like, "Hey man, if you got back emotional back there, because if you want me to like take that out of the podcast, I will for sure." And I went, "What?" He goes, "If you want me to edit that part out," I was like, "Why?" He was like, "I don't know. It was like a pretty personal." I go, "Yo, if any friend of mine who's a comic cried on a podcast and then had it scrubbed, I'd be like, there's no funny in that person."
There's no coming
absolutely.
back.
I'm like, funny doesn't exist. I go, not only are they see it, I went and told everybody I cried on a podcast, so they would bring it up, and then everybody made videos like making fun of me for crying, like everything. It was like, especially ones that were friends that were doing well, like Ari Shaffir, I think, or Nate was like wiping his tears with hundreds. Ari Shaffir did it under like his billboard on Sunset Strip for his storytelling show.
Yeah,
It was pretty funny.
I mean,
that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, for sure.
that's a great flogging.
Yeah.
You need to get flogged. I probably have one coming my way.
A good flogging.
Yeah, yeah. People have been too nice to me for a long time now. I think it's coming around the corner.
Oh, what if I just like pop off on you one day on the show?
Well, yeah.
What if I just go?
You know what would be great for us, dude? Streamers keep getting jumped on stream. Like, you know, the guys that just stream, it's like a black guy in like a group, like a big mansion, and there's just
900 other black guys.
I don't know,
around.
whatever those are. Like Kevin Hart does them all the time.
Really?
Yeah, with like Kai Cenat and
Cenat,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like, the dudes that are trying to compete with that are drumming up the most drama possible, and they're getting fucking like jumped on stream. So if you like
plan jumping or people like pull up.
I think there's probably a pretty good mix of both, but they're getting fucking socked on stream, and
Fuck
I think
yeah.
I need to get
How funny is that people, like, if you're smart enough when you're young and have a hateable face, and you go, "I'll just go be an internet villain." I mean, like, isn't that Jack Doherty kid's like a gazillionaire, right?
Yeah.
And I just know him from like
getting slapped and
videos of like him starting shit with people and he has like his bouncer with him.
oh yeah,
And then he and that thing recently like smashed up his Lamborghini, and his friends like bent up inside the car, like they have to get the jaws of life, and he's like, "Dude, my car."
You don't think that's a character? You think it's, well, I mean,
it was
character? I think that's, I mean,
Well, his friends wrapped up in the car. He goes, "Hey man, I am actually very concerned about you, but I got the stream going right now, so if I'm acting, I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Totally get it, man."
Yeah, they're getting.
They say when the door opens that my organs are gonna fall out.
I want to mold Fritz into one of those kids. Like, if I could just teach him how to take a punch and just garner attention, it's like, yeah, I'll fucking milk this kid for the rest of my life.
Yeah, he's
I have
so
a character
adorable.
picked out for him. His name's gonna be Tanner Fuckface,
Nuts.
and he's gonna be the only person on TikTok anyone watches. He's gonna terrorize people. Have you been following the Johnny Somali guy? He's I don't know. I think he's a black guy from America, but he goes to like Asian countries and just like
He's black in Asia.
streams himself like freaking out at people and like doing inappropriate stuff. I can't even tell you specifically what he does, but he's stuck in South Korea. I think they took his passport, and his citizenry is just beating his ass every day. Every time this guy leaves like his hotel or whatever, another like some military dude like showed up one day to beat the fuck out of him. He's like, "I'm here to restore dignity to South Korea."
Jesus
it's the
Christ.
best ever. And
Wanna see it?
Dude, you got to see it. I was just watching this yesterday, and you know what the funny thing is, like you read about
I think
these
that's
people.
off.
Oh yeah, it's coming back in a second. You read about these people, and you see that they have 11 trillion followers, and you just assume that everyone else is tapped into it. But
I mean, it is crazy how many followers they get, and like the monetization. There's some of the people I don't know what they're not even. Can't say they're not funny. Like Drewski, right?
oh yeah,
That name is like, I've seen him do.
you ruined my Thanksgiving, man.
I've seen him do like some stuff that's like pretty funny, but it's all just like, I don't know. It's just like I said, a different genre of comedy in the world that opens.
It's like it's. You
But
know
I
what it
couldn't
is?
tell you like what is like why is like Kai. I know Kai Cenat. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
I think.
Whatever it is, like I don't know what he's famous for exactly. I just know he has like a stream and like Kevin Hart goes on it.
Yeah, I think it's the
Smart at Kevin Hart, I guess. Like you keep young people like knowing who you are.
It's the human social equivalent of like standing somewhere and banging pots and pans together. I think that's literally it. It's like disruptive enough that people like turn their attention to it for it, and then you're just stuck on it. But
the thing is, like, what they have, like, it's like, hey, look at this girl with fat ass. All right, now this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's the least
freestyle rap.
It's the least pretentious thing in the entire world. It's the only thing that's speaking like directly to the human psyche.
It's so weird.
I need video. This is YouTube.
But you know, it's funny. Like when you would, like being starstruck with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. Like you could, like quantify that. If you're like, man, I love the music this person makes. Like I'm so starstruck to meet them. You know, like being starstruck to like just fame. It's like being starstruck to see Paris Hilton is like seems strange to me. It's like,
what are you talking about? I would scream if I saw Paris Hilton.
I definitely get a picture for sure.
We interviewed Paris Hilton. She was sweet, but like,
were you like, was your heart pounding the whole time? And like
I can't believe she's talking to me.
No, here's the thing. Yes, because you are roped into like understanding someone like someone's fame. But like when you think about why, it's like, why would I be impressed to meet Paris Hilton?
I don't know, man.
She doesn't.
It's an impulse I feel and I'm happy about. And
you like it? You like having the reckless abandon?
I was
just the boyish happiness at seeing somebody famous.
Yeah,
I learned this about myself recently because when I was in Wyoming, I was in the town where do you know the the YouTuber Jeffree Star? He's like an extremely gay man.
I feel like if you see him, you'll know.
Actually, he got canceled because he was also racist. But I'm gonna
gay and racist.
Yeah.
There's got to be a place for that in this fine country.
Yeah, here, let me bring this back up. Sorry. He's so gay that he looks like a woman. And I was even just like, wow, there's a very fancy woman here. I think she's probably going to hate this show. And, but yeah, Jeffree Star lives in Wyoming. He's super, super famous. My daughter used to talk about him. And so I was like, I saw him walking out of the show and the security guard told me who it was. And I went, oh, do you think I could go ask for a picture? My daughter would love it. And I'm talking to the security guard for long enough that like now I'm gonna have to like jog to catch up to them. and I leave. I walk out. I turn in a corner, and I go to run after him. And it's Jeffree Star who looks like a female giraffe, like a giraffe woman, and like three guys that look like they work on farms, and they're all even together. And I can't get close enough. They start crossing the street to go to a car. And so I'm running down the street and I go, Jeffree Star! And they all turned around to look at me. And then they turned away and iced me out. And I just like gradually came to a stop. I was just like panting in the middle of the street, just like, I was crushed. I was
Jeffree.
I screamed Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star!
Fame also, though, isn't the eye of the beholder. I guess what brings you like happiness in whatever way. Because there was I'll never say his name again. I always feel bad because I've talked about it for so many years. But there was a clip. There's only one part of it up now, still on YouTube. But it was like World's Worst Comedian. And it was a guy just eating shit in 2 different rounds of Who's Got Jokes. Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes.
Okay, I've never seen this.
Well, do a deep, nice dive one day on Who's Got Jokes. It's a comedy show on TV1, Black Entertainment. Bill Bellamy hosted it. The co-host who would sit there, either laugh at you or eventually shit on you, was Tommy from Martin. Was sitting there also. And then generally the show would have 3... audience members as judges, and they rank you 1 to 5 on your set. Now, if these comics come out and they do a 5-minute set of their material, there's a round 2 to the show, and they get scoring and whatever, and Tommy talks, and Bill Bellamy interviews them, and then 3 members, just people, I mean, giving real hard critique, which sucks. Round 2, they throw some monkey wrench in the works, whereas there's like a challenge, and you don't really know what it is. Sometimes there's going to be a heckler mic'd up in the audience the whole time. Sometimes someone comes on stage.
This is a very cute idea. I do love this.
Someone comes on stage and throws a pie in your face. It's a very entertaining show. Protesters come in on stage while you're on stage. They changed the audience to all children one time. There's a comic named Roger Rod who was like old man wigger comic. Roger Rod on Who's Got Jokes is one of my favorites. He murders when he comes out first because it's all like, black people got to get they weave tight. Am I right? And he's just dressed. People ask why I mess with black chicks. It's because white chicks won't do the blah, 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 He does and he's old and it's so sad looking, and funny. But he kills the second round he comes out and it's all children.
Does he change his act at all?
Nope.
Can I pull this up?
I'd love you.
Would it be worth pulling it up?
Yes.
Let's pull it up.
Roger Rod.
Yeah.
Guy works, dude. Guy fucking works his ass off. 2 Ds, please.
Sorry.
Put some respect on it, please.
Yeah, he goes, dude, don't be that guy.
What show?
You think Roger Rod's spelled with 1D?
Who's Got Jokes? Yeah, he did P. Diddy's Bad Boys of Comedy same year I did.
Wow.
So we both got molested.
Yeah, was he at the party?
Is this it?
Yeah, it says yeah.
Roger Rod.
But this isn't going to be when they have the kids, I don't think. But still, watch his comedy for a second.
Hold on. Let's search children. God damn it.
Yeah, he probably had it. He probably takes it down. No one gives a shit to put it back up. But watch his set for a second. You're going to love it.
Guys, give yourself a holiday season of not stressing over meals. HelloFresh makes mealtimes manageable with pre-prepped and portioned ingredients that come straight to your door. With 50 chef-crafted recipes to choose from each week, plus customizations to make your meals exactly how you like them, it's the easiest way to get dinner on the table. Look at me and Noah. We're just chill guys.
We're just hanging out.
We're just chill guys. We don't have,
We max and we relax.
And then when it's time to show up for a holiday party, we throw everything we have into it. Mm-hmm. We're slaving away in the kitchen.
110%.
But that time between Christmas and Thanksgiving, it's like I don't know how much time I left over to like feed myself.
I can't burn myself out while I'm maxing relax.
You can't burn the candle at both ends.
Yes, 100%.
So HelloFresh, kind of makes it more straightforward to really get yourself something good.
It's a bit of a lifesaver.
Thank goodness for them. If you're traveling for the holidays, you can even skip a week's delivery if you need to. That's pretty convenient.
That is convenient.
HelloFresh works around your schedule. Spend your holiday season with family and friends and let HelloFresh worry about mealtimes. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/freebutterly. Applied across 7 boxes. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/FreeButterly. Thanks, HelloFresh.
Thank you.
And now back to the program.
The funniest comedy competition in the universe. Bill
You know who used to kill it on this show and win? Tiffany Haddish.
She's definitely got jokes.
Because I hear this all the time. How come you dress like you're black? Simple answer. I'm trying to meet a white girl.
Nice. Standing ovation. That's crazy.
Tommy from Martin's on board.
For about 12 years, I got to tell you, I have learned a lot about white people from listening to black comedians. Like, I didn't know that when it rains, we all smell like wet dogs.
Dude, total self-deprecation, win that crowd over. I remember. I remember these times. I'm fat. I'm fat, so you guys like me, right? I know I'm fat, and I'm saying it for you. Stupid white fat idiot.
Brother, because sister, when it rains, sister don't leave the house. They got the weave thing going on,
If it makes sense, I have complete empathy with this. I did all these things. It's just, what's crazy to me is he's 50.
It looks like a Dana Carvey character.
Yeah,
yes,
it really does.
Yes,
And some of you brothers need to stop laughing because a lot of
some of y'all brothers.
I think there's still guys doing this shit at open mics. They're
Yes.
still like,
For sure.
Of course.
It's Drew Montana.
actually, okay.
In black clubs, it's the black circuit. In any city, there's always going to be that guy because it's very simple. If you can just find a way to manipulate that without being a good comic yet, because it is situational and it will just work. It's why hack's called hack, is because it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People do it because it's simple kills. My mother-in-law is such a bitch. My wife's blah, blah, blah. My kids and ga. Like all the hackneyed like stuff of it, like murders.
Yeah, it's
when you do the most basic level of it, because people
Except
don't
when
know.
it doesn't though. Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, when it gets exposed, it could be exposed.
Like if one of those guys is on, like if someone people come into your show and someone's on, they see through it.
They can for sure, but when
you have one of the most intelligent audiences, I think, in all of comedy. And it's like I respect them.
when I would be at the Laugh House and stuff for sure, man. No, I definitely I pandered for sure. Like most definitely, I was the thing was I was dressing wiggery anyway at that point because I was fat, and if you wanted to wear, I wanted to meet a white girl. I was a fat kid, so like your choices, if you were gonna wear like name brand stuff, it had to be like the baggy,
the regular size black.
Or I was gonna be wearing or you're gonna be wearing like father clothing. You know what I mean? I would have been dressing like a very
you're a wigger by necessity.
Like a nice father, yeah, sort of.
Big and tall wiggers is regular black clothes.
Yes. That's exactly true. There's the only brands they had. Big and tall brands in the store was all like just like fat dad brands and like polo shirts and stuff like that, just like the most basic level of like dad clothes, or Rockaware, Sean John,
stuff
South
with a lot of
Pole.
foil on them.
Like
A lot of foil, a lot of patent leather parts. But it used to bum me out because there are also so many pictures of me not in the like style of the times because I was too big for them. But there would have been so many pictures of me like in like jeans that had like cow skin patch leather like on the front of them.
Sick.
Oh,
I for sure would have jumped with styles that would happen. But I definitely dressed that way, but I didn't change probably my cadence. I changed from what I wanted to do necessarily, but I played to the audience more, but I didn't change my vocabulary really, and so what was funny was when I'd watch the comics, especially the older white dudes who would come in there and be like, hey, I was just hanging out with my peeps the other day, and they would pull out like marshmallow peeps. That was like this one jack off joke every week.
Legend. That's so good.
Yeah, my peeps, so many shitty white old men doing black circuit comedy. It was so funny because there was no scene in Philly at the time. You know what I mean? Like you can go toil away exclusively in like that the best westerns, like what is that, the comedy cabarets?
Yeah, the cabaret.
And those things, and you were just performing for 5 other fucking bitter ass older comics also.
Or people who were like just happened to be at the bar in like a Northeast Philadelphia motel.
Yeah.
The
That's the one I would always go do.
The tar on the bottom of the barrel.
The only thing that drew me there was you could smell Nabisco. You smell Nabisco en route, you go, is that a
Nabisco shirt?
Yeah, this is from the factory.
Nice.
That's crazy.
That's nice. But so you would go do like the black scene, and the thing is like you could just learn how to kill with pandering, and it used to make me. It would drive me away from pandering more.
Did you do on stage?
It would drive me away from sinking more into it, watching that and being like, oh, because I also read it as I'm like, oh, actually, what we're doing is we're treating this crowd like they're too stupid to understand it if I don't go like, yeah. So I was like, that's not really fair to the audience. And then...
were you saying, yeah?
Yeah, boy.
No, but the more like you...
I'm saying...
No, but if
you ever fuck your bitch like this?
It's almost that. Like calling girls bitches and stuff wasn't really the way I think, but I was like, I never switched like that. I said more the cadence probably though it was, I'm like, yo, if you're trying to talk to a girl in the club and she don't,
the inflection,
you buy her a drink and she don't tell you, man, you're gonna go dance with that drink. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm dancing with the drink, girl.
That would make me pop in the room. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be standing up.
You got to get back into that.
He goes, re-examine that, man.
I think that's good.
Maybe take it for another walk.
You seriously don't do that anymore? That's crazy.
That's nuts. That's gold.
But yeah, so the cadence for sure, but never the voice. And I said watching those guys do it made me want to get further away from that and be like, and that's why I said it's still kind of fun once in a while. Like if I get invited, it doesn't happen so rarely, but I'd like to go do like if it was convenient, do like a black room again, just on the
crab buffet,
like the regular night, and just kind of go because like it is fun. Like also with that route, what I learned in that was like what the crowd read mostly was confidence. So like if you went up there like, oh here I'm going to tell you guys funny things that are funny. Versus like asking them if it's funny with your tone?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about this. Yeah, no, you gotta go in there and like, I don't know. You can be confidently like a white dork though.
Couldn't this motherfucker have more dreadlocks in his hair? That can't all be real, motherfucker. Look at this guy. You know, that's a wig. That guy's wearing a wig. All right, now, so I live with my folks, and my stepdad's asking me to put my name on the orange juice now.
So I've been prematurely ejaculated.
You had to get rid of any joke. I mean, so fast, there was no joke you can do. You can go within a joke full gay if you're going to do like the, hey, blah, 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 like Oprah had it. But if you were just like, and this guy says this. So, I sucked his dick in the car. Like, whoa, dog.
Hey, playboy.
We're not about that funny business.
They don't want them jokes at all, dude. Hey!
Yeah, keep that shit out of here.
Yeah, they used to snap, but it was fun. So it is fun to go back now. And really, if you just kind of have like confidence in the thing, like the crowd will respond. You don't have to go, why am y'all being Kamala voting motherfuckers and shit, right?
Man, y'all, I know y'all be fucking with Kamala.
You got to have some catchphrase. Oh, Whitey said it. Whitey said it.
He went there.
Yeah. BBLs look crazy. Look, you got full butt cheeks. Oh, Whitey said it. Whitey said it. Did I ever tell you the comic? I won't say their name, but it was just one of the funniest heckles I've ever seen in my life when I was in England doing The World Stands Up. And they had us do a couple of practice shows at these weird places in England. One was like a country club that we were performing at, and just for like the people who belonged to it, in a weird ballroom. It was a shitty setup, and everyone was having like sort of a rough time. They were fine, nothing really forgettable.
A British country club,
I say,
yeah,
harumph. But there was a comic on the show who went on, an American comic, and her comedy was just like, I don't know. I've never watched it before really much or after, but like it all seemed very like, it's like, if a guy wants to be with, she's a black girl, she's like, if a guy wants to be with me, he goes, he's going to have to buy me some chicken. Oh, who said it? I said it. Oh, who said it? And that was her big thing, was at the end of the jokes to go, who said it? I said it. Who said that? I said that. Oh, she said it. Yes, she did. And so she goes up
Jim
there.
Gaffigan does the same thing.
Yeah. She goes up there and she is tanking. It's going so bad, and she's almost like spiraling into like, it's like she's on the fritz with like who said? I said it. What? That's what I said. This girl, if you don't believe I said it, because I said it, and what? And then there's a stir in the middle of the room, and like one guy stands up, like he's agreeing to be the representative, and he like tells everybody else to calm down. He's like, I got it, and he just goes, excuse me, miss. Who are you talking to? It was funny. I never want to name anybody's name when I tell about it. I never want to tell anybody's name when I tell about their bombs ever, but it's like, if someone ever did it to me, if they were like, someone told your story of bombing, I go, I've told it. I'm sure. Like, that's always the funniest thing when it goes haywire. Nobody wants to hear about the time you murdered in Denver. Like,
yeah, you're gay.
Yeah,
I would love to be brought up in conversation.
Talk about where the crowd was like, man, I really couldn't catch him, man. They were upset and got more upset.
Yeah, no, man, imagine someone saying your name in a story. That'd be so cool, even if it was about you eating fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just to be mentioned is so nice.
It was crushing years ago. Craig Gass, comedian, was on Howard Stern show, and he did a shitty thing years ago at my house, and he started telling the story about it like from a kind of like a hero's perspective. He's apologized for this since, but I happened to be able to tell that story to Gary, the producer. Like we happened to be on a thing together that like I told him the story, and Artie Lang knows the story from me, and so he starts telling the story. Craig Gass, and Gary comes in and he goes, I've actually heard this story before. This hurts so much in so many different directions. He goes, I know this story before. He goes, this guy told me, he goes, we were on I did a TV thing with him once, and he goes, funny guy, fat guy, big fat guy. Oh. And Artie Lang goes, He goes, yeah, I know who it is. He goes, he's working with me next weekend in St. Louis or something. And he goes, and Howard's like, oh, yeah? And he goes, yeah, can I say his name? And Howard goes, no. And they just never did. Doug Stanhope and David Tell since have, but it's always been so hilariously just like glazed over.
That's so fucking funny. Rogan almost said my name on the
True, because of this podcast.
This was like a low moment for me, but he was like telling a story about how on the first episode I had Ian on it, and YouTube took it down because we were like describing a gay guy's giant hog with like a safe for work picture. And I think we just went, so I don't know if they just didn't like how long we talked about this hog, and
it was 45 minutes about this guy holding his big penis in the shower.
They removed it, and I had to like fight this whole like crazy automated system to get it back up. And Rogan was saying they were talking about like YouTube like arbitrarily restricting content, and Rogan was like, yeah, one of Lewis's friends just went through this with YouTube, and he like told the story, and I was like, if he would have just said my name, it would have all been different.
Yeah, some guy
everything would have been different tomorrow if he would have just said my name.
It's interesting thing. That's Patrice like got furious at Howard Stern, like never went on Howard Stern again. And Howard's talked about it before because he went on one time and told a bunch of great stories when he was going to Brazil all the time, and their boys' trips to Brazil, all the comics would take. And so Stern liked those stories, and then it was just Patrice's like pride, which I get totally. And it's just the Howard Stern's dismissive nature. He was like, oh yeah, they say Brazil's crazy. What's that guy, Robin? He goes, the big fat guy that would go to it was like that, and Patrice was just like, yo, fuck. He went on O&A. He was like, yo, fuck that dude. Like, suck my dick, dude.
Yeah.
So I get it.
And we all like to think we would respond that way to something.
No,
dude, and then in real life, you're just like, oh, no worries, dude. Yeah, no.
Depends
I
too.
I didn't even take anything by it.
There's definitely some people who would walk on me far more than others. For Howard Stern's one of them. If Howard Stern knew me, if he's like, oh, dude, that hilarious fat guy, it goes, close enough.
Well,
you're pronouncing it wrong, but it's close enough.
It's actually Big J.
it's a strong bit. The B is full.
I would be in the kitchen talking to Mary Jo, like, yeah, well, he didn't say my name, but he said big fat guy.
Yeah.
I'd be so pumped. I'd be like, yeah.
No, I respect Patrice's thing on that, but there's definitely some I would like.
But then my friends, I'm like, what do you mean it looks like I've been working out? You're a fucking problem, dude.
What are you, gay? I did Bob and Tom. I just ate shit on that, but I didn't want to eat shit. But I was like, I don't want to fuck over the club, like the comedy club, because like Bob and Tom's like big promotion for them, but they just weren't jibing with me at all.
Are they just like setting you up for like your canned,
No, we had a breakdown on that was the issue. I went in happy to do Bob and Tom. I'm like, there's like people who are considered Bob and Tom comics, like tour the country. And I know it's like a cleaner thing. So I went in there like specifically, even though I knew that's like the dig on them is like you got to do bits, more or less. But I was like, yeah, but I do radio, so I'll go in there. This is like 8 years ago or something at least. But I was like, yeah, but I'll go in there and more than that actually. I was like, I'll go in there and like tell them I was like, yeah, my bits are all like there. I'm a dirty comic. I was like, but I do radio and broadcasting, so like,
some people think you're one of the best people in there.
I'm like, whatever you guys are talking about, I'll just go. I'll talk with your guys' stuff. Bring up news, whatever you guys are doing. And they were like, yeah, but they really they want you to do bits. And I was like, yeah, but I'm trying to tell you, like, I can't even clean them up. They go, if you just don't curse, I go, cursing's the least of the issues. Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, I don't, like, you got to give us like something to work. Like they need like 5 things to work with. And I go, okay. And I forget what it was. I wish I could tell you honestly what it was, but it was some kind of like, when I was younger, I came on my own face because I fell off a bed and I was upside down. And they was like, what? And I was like, that's what I'm saying. This is my material. Do you know what I mean? So I can't do the material, but trust me, I can talk.
I broadcast every day.
I'm a comedian. Like, yeah, it's like, let's just go talk. This is the only show that's asked me to do this. So I'm like, this isn't like, should be a thing. And I think when I went in there, they had like, this guy thinks he's like above the thing. And so they never threw to me. And they, I interjected once or twice, and when I would start talking, or he asked a question to me once, and then when I started talking, he started just like looking for stuff like behind him,
like pulling tapes out of like a
literally like doing a thing, just like busy work to just like not pay attention.
Like in Wayne's World.
And then they were all, and then, but they all hated each other. Yeah, no shit. They all hated each other at that point, though. So, because it was towards the end of their shit. So, like, on commercial breaks, Blue Angels, everybody just goes fucking different directions. I'm sitting there with a disgruntled news lady, Sarah Lee or something like that, and she's like pissed, and she's like, Dave Bob goes, I'm sorry they're treating you like this. I go, well, I don't understand what the issue is. And they're like, they don't want to. And then they would come back from break and play. I remember it was Augie Smith, like a full bit he did on the show. Like, you know, that man sitting up, they played like a whole thing of his. And when they come back on, he goes, that's how you do a bit feed on the. It was like so.
Jesus Christ.
And then, I mean, I was holding back. By the way, this is an easy grouping here to just lay into. You know what I mean? Or just like sandbag that. So I was like, they're treating me like shit, and I'm getting like angry, like real angry. And then, so I ended up leaving, and I get in the car with the lady, and I was like, she goes, I'm sorry, I don't know why they were so shitty to you in there. I was like, yeah, I was gonna like fucking lay into them and be funny. I was like, but I know it's like your promotional thing and such a big thing. And she was like, you could have said whatever you want. And I was like,
can we go back in?
Yeah. So then talk about a day though. What's so funny about remembering this whole day? Fenoy was actually with me on the road on this one, but I went to go do Bob and Tom without him. And as I'm going back to the place, I go in my hotel room, and I remember getting ready. I'm like doing like a lot of hotel room exercises at this point, because I remember I started exercising, and I go, someone goes, oh, Amy Schumer talked about you on the Brian Koppelman podcast. And Brian Koppelman's the podcast that I cried on. Also, okay. So I was like, "Oh,
good."
I was like, "Cool." And then so I'm listening to it, and I'm like, "God, when are they going to talk about me?" And whatever.
Isn't that the worst? Scrolling through a podcast.
Yeah, whatever I'm doing, the conversation was like, "Man, Jay's like so." They're giving me high compliment on comedy, high praise. They're like, you know, he's like so funny. This is a level. If he just put any effort into it, or like try to do anything with the business, or blah blah blah, and I'm like, it's just like if the guy gave any effort. So then I had to go back on Brian Koppelman's podcast, and I was like, hey buddy, that guy fucking bummed me out. Effort? Do you think effort's not my issue? He goes, dude, it's like the nature of what I do is harder a little bit to pop off, and I'm not. You're right, and you're right. I'm not a YouTube guy. I don't know how to do all this stuff, but it's like I've been in fucking comedy clubs from 8 p.m. till 3 in the morning for 15 years.
You're clocking,
and now you're crying again. You're back on the podcast. You're sobbing. You're Brian Koppelman. Why are you doing this to me every time?
Oh, here he goes again. Someone called the ambulance.
I'm at my fucking limit.
Brian Koppelman, why do you do this every time? You're a peer of mine.
I raised a daughter. I sacrificed a lot. I think without crying, I did go back on there. I was like, dude, I had my daughter when I was 22. I never stopped doing comedy through that. I was also able to make it work without getting a day job ever doing comedy that whole time. I'm like, between the black circuit and everything, you know what I mean? Like I worked constantly. You're right. It's like, you're right. I never like couch surfed in LA for 3 months because I auditioned for a bunch of sitcoms, but I don't give a fuck about acting or being in sitcoms. It's not my deal.
Who am I? But I think what they're really saying is maybe there's like a tinge where they see you never like no, I don't think anyone would say that you like pursue anything in like the industry.
Sure, but I mean, I think the Sirius XM thing is that, and then also because it's like it's what, but also you have to find out at some point what it is you want to do. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
I envy Kevin. You know, I started with Kevin Hart, so I envy his money and freedom in that money so much. He's got extremely limited freedom in day-to-day life.
For sure.
When he gets out of his bubble. Because like I mean, I've seen where it shuts down the street, and it's awesome to be known that much and the amenities that come with that, but I don't know if it's like, so it's like.
Yeah, but a lot of your peers are want that the most and are like smashing their face into like the invisible wall of all of like the weird industry, you know, just like obstacles that come up.
But I have like a schedule that's insane between broadcasting and road travel, but the thing is, so I'm saying it's like, it's tons of work. It's just that I want to make hopefully millions doing those. You know what I mean? It's
absolutely.
to be like a person who's like, hey, let's write a script. It's like, I'll always look at it as work. It's not that there's not fun to it and doing things, and it gets made, and I love seeing it all come to light. It's an amazing process. It's just never the thing that I was. It just wasn't my passion. I was like,
So you're not lazy, you're just avoiding work.
Yeah.
That's fine. And hey, man, there's nothing wrong with that.
I loved stand up, and I said, and when I started doing the broadcasting, I was like, this is what's fucking fun, man. Like just doing the immediate reaction stuff, the 8-month process of getting like a show. And you said you were part of the Delco Proper, thing like that. It's like that was the name of that show was like I've had a script I wrote like not get passed around and be like no one cares, the one that me, Lewis, and Dave did. But Delco Proper was like written up in things where it was like these are the shows that are being made and blah blah.
It was about to go to series,
right? That's what I'm saying, and it's like it's such a process. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through all of that, it's like
well, it
it's
was
gonna
so
be this,
exciting.
and it's not exactly
the whole process was so exciting and cool. And to be fair, I didn't have to do any of the real work. I got to just show up and do whatever I wanted. I did like I was told to do whatever I wanted. It wasn't like I was like thought it was cool or anything.
Right.
But it was such a long process, and I was working at the time, and so it felt like I was being like dragged into this like extremely cool thing, and I was the whole time, and it wasn't supposed to go on for like 3 or 4 years like that. Like they did a web series or a web pilot or something at first, and then it was like maybe we'll do a couple more, and then it's television or not. And then I think it ended up being like 3 web series, and then the pilot, and then the process for that got like drawn out forever and ever, and I was working the whole time. And when we made the TV pilot, I got laid off from my job. Well, I was working for a small company, and I found out that they were gonna have to let people go. And I thought I could get 6 months unemployment if I take the layoff now.
Yeah.
If like I'm part of like their difficult downsizing process, I can work on this, have that money.
Yeah.
And so I get on unemployment. We shoot the pilot. It's every interaction is we're just waiting for a couple of OKs and we're good to go. It should be any day now. It's thumbs up all around. We're good. And that process drags out to like it hits the time limit, which was like 2 weeks before I ran out of unemployment. And that was when it was like a very surprising, just like, hey guys, we got some weird news today. They passed on it.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the soul crush. That's like so much effort to put in, and that's like generally how it goes.
Yeah. So
and then,
you don't even participate in that stuff. So I hate your guts. I don't respect anything you do.
You want to do that? Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
But I said but it's also again people kind of. I did this to people myself, like I would my friends who just kind of went just normal like life, whether it be like manual labor or construction or driving a truck or warehouse or even some that went to college and do whatever. It's like I had especially the ones that didn't go to college and were just kind of like, I'm going to be a working stiff, which the world needs and is a fine thing. And you know what I mean?
I tried.
People are
I
happy.
put an earnest effort into it.
I'm saying I think it's the thing. I would have such like a whatever their little thing was that they didn't like follow. It's like, God, little Jay's wasting his life. Dude, the guy was so good at basketball. It's like he's also a 6 foot like white guy who didn't play high school or college basketball. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck was he gonna do with it?
Yeah.
And it's like so, but he's not unhappy doing what he does. He takes vacation once, twice a year. He's got his kids. He's like, he's fine. I used to be like, how could you be happy like that? But I think there's almost the flip side of that. Like, don't you want to be in movies and blah blah? He goes, dude, I have a lot of friends who write stuff. I'll be wacky John from next door. Or whatever.
I'll do my own wardrobe for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's like, but I just like, it's just not my passion at all. You should be able to do what you want to do. Like, I have no problem. I don't. All those hours I got to do of broadcasting, and Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of my week is 13, I think, or 14 hours now of broadcasting in 3 days. Is not that I don't look at it like where it's like, oh, I have to go somewhere, but like the effort of doing the work, it's like, yeah, dude, throw the mics on, let's go.
Yeah,
like this is great.
Yeah, just because you're enjoying the. I know a guy who loves being a plumber. You know what I mean? So
yes,
he never sees the insane work hours and being covered in poop all the time as work. He's like,
no, and those people are like,
thrilled.
It's like, dude, it's crazy that you're on like in a fucking airplane every weekend. You know what I mean? Like people, that's nuts.
Like, yeah.
Like, how do you? You're like, I don't know. I'm just kind of. It's just what sort of the deal that comes with this?
Yeah, no, I did the real job. I did the real job for a long time, and I can say for certain it was a pretty weird experience for me.
Did not like it.
I did not like it, and I
Was it a dread going to work every day, or
for a long time? Yeah, especially when I was working for lawyers every day. That was really bad, and it was also like this weird small company. It was like these two brothers and two of their like friends became business partners, and they ran this like small IT company that like we did. Basically, we were like the IT department for like 200 law firms in Philadelphia. Yeah. And every day I showed up to that, I was just like, I'm going to see 11 people today who I consider like mortal enemies. And I felt that way every single day. Every single day I was showing up I was going to work going like, please let today be the day I get hit by a car and get like 6 weeks in a hospital bed. I'll take anything. So yeah, getting out of that was like probably a pretty good idea.
Yeah, no, for sure. I did all the jobs I did were manual labor or like the most shitty level of like, headphone work, like, thanks for calling DirecTV, whatever kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is now I'm getting pulled into like YouTube rabbit holes of jobs I would love to do. Like landscapers, guys who just do a nice job on a lawn. I'm just like, oh, dude, you could be doing that for fucking money. Like power washers. I want to just start a power washing company.
Tell you what, dude, I get a house first purchase.
Yeah.
Power, and everything's getting power washed.
Yeah. And then you're going to have Dylan come over and set up the camera and you go, this does look pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I am a content guy.
Blast this thing.
Yeah. I want to do that so bad.
I looked at a house before and I say that on the thing. I go, that siding's pretty dirty though. Is that like something we need to change? And he was like, power wash. Yeah. Everything I said, I go, what's on the roof there? I go, the roof looks like it's like discolored a bit and it says it's a new roof. And he goes, oh, that's actually like an algae that's in the air from like the lake, kind of comes. And so the winds kind of make it just a little discolored. He goes, it's not a problem or anything to the roof. And I go, well, how do you clean it? He goes, power wash. He goes, but you got to get up there for that power wash. He's like, 'cause you got to shoot it down.
It's gonna look great on a video.
He goes, or you're gonna blast fucking, you're gonna blast
shingles off.
Yeah, dude. He goes, if you try to hit that from down low, dude, you're blasting shingles off your roof.
Like, hey Jim, do you think this is a power washing solution as well?
I've never done it before, but I want so bad to believe it's like I think like I'm gonna turn it on and get like roll back in my yard
like a firefighter.
Like the little rascals. It is pretty sick. You feel very powerful. It's like holding a gun.
Oh, Roger Rod, what do you put some sense of all this to me?
Before we run out of time,
when you get a chance, watch Roger Rod's sizzle reel for his acting work too.
Wait, when I want to get this in front of you because Noah thinks he found a lady with 3 tits.
Oh yeah.
I saw this the other day, and I said, I think Jay would really get a kick out of this.
No, this is a lot like a belief in Christ. You believe because you want to believe.
But it's like it looks so real.
Let's see them in motion.
No.
Way too long.
No, you think this is real?
I think this is real.
Noah, do you also believe those guys in porn who their underwear is always on, but their dick's 3 feet long and a different color than the rest of their body? Do you think those also?
Well, that's obviously make believe.
And they come a gallon of cum?
Look at that.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, let me. I think this is real.
I want this to be true. So
I need this to be true, but I think it is.
No,
why would she lie?
If she was real, she would be in a laboratory.
No, here's also why it's not real.
Look at her! Oh my God! Look at her voluminous nips. That middle nip is crazy.
That was it. I've been watching a lady on Instagram who has 3 tits.
Yeah. No, let me give you another because we would all know her name.
No way!
There are three-titted girl. This would have been a thing, a medical anomaly that would have been discovered.
No, I mean, if the 1900s, sure, 1905, you're taking her around sideshows, of course. But
she waited to get old enough to go. I'm gonna get this thing on OnlyFans.
Yeah, now she's just a beautiful woman,
and she's posting recipes. No, this might be a milk psyop.
Keep going. True.
It just makes her look thinner in the middle.
No, I think this is real.
The 3-titted woman. Is there a way to just look up flat out if this is?
Can you have three big voluptuous tits?
Let's not even waste time throwing in her name because this was a charlatan.
No, she's real. I believe her. You got to start believing women. This is crazy.
You got to look at that.
Is this now? Did she? Is it possible she got one implanted though?
No.
You don't think it's possible that she had this done?
Nope.
You think it's a prosthetic?
Yes. Look at the difference.
No, look at it.
Look at the color switch.
It's
in the
changing
neck.
size too. Sometimes the
Yeah,
middle
they're
one's
not.
not the
It's like
biggest one.
they're sisters, not twins, not triplets. They're just sisters.
It's great. It's nice.
I bet your nuts are different colors and different sizes. Fucking.
I hope she has 2 pussies and 2 bushes.
Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Just next to each other. Just 2 triangles next to each other. Doesn't even have to be that way.
It's like that's the quantum slit experiment. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
I'll tell you what,
has a disease.
She's beautiful. She's got a nice body. And
What the hell? I don't like that.
And I would be humiliated to bring her anywhere.
No way. You'd have to show her off. She's a
Nope.
show pony.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
No.
You walk around with her papers in your back pocket.
No.
She's mine, sir. No,
have to
she's
only-
real.
Christ.
You have to only get it from behind.
Tim, why don't you sign up on OnlyFans and let's see what her deal is.
No way.
You
I'll
gotta
never
sign up
for OnlyFans. No way.
You need to.
Remember that we were just talking about the Ashley Madison hack.
Yeah.
There's no
I mean,
way I would even.
MJ would
out
be
of
so down
curiosity,
for
have
this.
an account
Well, no, just
on a website.
call
Do
her
you
right now
remember
and
the
be
Ashley
like,
Madison hack.
Be like, babe,
Okay.
come down.
Oh, dude.
Would you mind if we check out this only? Go, hey,
I was
MJ, do you
running-
think this is real or no? Let's
No.
find out. She has an OnlyFans.
You don't have to sign up for OnlyFans,
No,
man. You could just flat out look up if this is humanly possible.
Can we DM her? Can we say, hey, can you please send a nice topless photo?
3 boobs.
A tasteless nude?
Possible.
Yes.
Yes, it's possible to have 3 breasts.
It's polymastia, obviously.
No,
You don't know a goddamn
It's
thing
not
about
gonna be-
polymastia.
It's not going to be that size.
Bing. Bingo.
Wait, I'm into typing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm done with Google. Polymastia, not safe for work.
Why do you don't use Google anymore? Why? Because they
It's
give
just
to
useless.
Because they give to homosexual causes.
Use DuckDuckGo.
Whoa, what the heck? It's just regular stuff.
So that's the three-titted lady.
Type in,
I think that's
type in the
fake.
word real.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Say not
Sorry.
fake. Wow, look at that lady. Look at her udders. That's like Ginger Snaps. Remember the movie Ginger Snaps?
Now, whatever's going on all the way to the right, if they're saying this girl has one, then that's the real thing, whatever it is. No,
Does that woman have balls and a pussy?
This one
in the middle, right?
Yeah, if they're saying something on that is a third tit, I'll believe it because it's like some small thing.
On her? No way. She has 2 regulars.
Nope, that's just regular ladies.
That's just 3 sets of tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? Hey, what about this lady? This looks real.
Yeah, that looks real.
Looks more real, and it's awful.
I mean,
am 18
please.
years older. Oh no, it didn't actually take me to the
Most of these are
thing
art
we clicked
drawings.
What is this?
A lot of these are AI.
Oh,
There's-
Pictoa.
It's fake. I think it's a painting.
I don't know. It looks bad enough that it could be
Yeah.
a real photo.
It is awful and ugly.
Well, we can't show them this. Well, we're
Those are
looking
3
at
pretty
is a
decent
lady-
tits. The one's just a little cockeyed.
Yeah, well, because it's like on top of the other one.
Yeah. I mean, they're all kind of rocking.
Can you?
You and your boys could all do that, and you can suckle on them like a mama dog.
Hell yeah. I don't mind that,
Is
dude.
this-
A feeding?
Yeah,
A
oh
legion
my
of
God.
skanks feeding?
Jesus Christ. What do I? What's
Yeah, I think that Legion of
hell
Skanks
yeah.
has enough
Here.
pull. You could reach out to that woman
There's
and
a
get her on.
skateboarding pile up for you guys.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh
Man,
yeah.
nobody was good enough to
See if there's
avoid
anyone
this.
screaming.
Was there any good skateboarders here? Because none of them seem to be able to hang on.
No, these guys.
Yeah, not a lot of sponsorships happening. All right, yeah, that adds something.
Can you start that over? Yeah, the audio.
Nice. Ooh, that one guy's out cold. Oh wow, 2 guys are out cold.
And by the way, people in the back are still arms in the air.
Like, yes, dude.
The ultimate. Dude, that guy's done.
Yeah, he's dead. Those are 2 dead men.
They're both unconscious, huh?
His pants fell down.
Zoom in on this. Hold on. That's how Family Guy characters fall.
It was like Reginald Denny after the beating.
Damn, that was nice.
Sick. I like that.
Epic mass skateboarding
Skateboarding crash.
Dude, I love the fucking headlines. Pound.
I don't know. There's AI girlfriends coming. Let me read this. There's AI girlfriends coming, but I think they're already here.
They've been here.
The ex-Google CEO warns that perfect AI girlfriends could spell trouble for young men. Some are crafting their perfect AI match and entering relationships with chatbots. It's like, no, we've known about this. This has been going on
Forever.
This has been going on since before AI was even good.
This is a tale as old as
Well,
time.
isn't this weird? Is it talking about AI? Isn't it like just or chat rooms or whatever? Sort of. Well, I guess because it's not real. It's not a real person, and they will respond positively. Always.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely different and weird, but I mean, you'd have to have a pretty next level weird kid to not want to like to have a relationship with a fucking phone. Phone voice.
Did you? Was it okay? So did you hear the story about the kid who killed himself because he was in love with Chet AI?
Lady from Game of Thrones,
Daenerys Targaryen.
No, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Indian teenager.
Classic.
He started talking to her. Actually, on this website that we've been using. Have I showed you AI Bill Cosby?
No,
I'll get back
We've
to
been
that in a
talking to AI
second.
Bill Cosby lately.
I'll get back to that in a minute.
Incredible.
So he was okay. So they have like famous people and characters that you can chat with, but you can also like you can just like talk to them like it's on the phone. And he was talking to Daenerys Targaryen, and he fell deeply in love with her, and he like isolated himself from his family, and like they never took his devices away for long enough, and like he went from being like a straight A student to just like almost failing, and
he was gooning to AI.
he was obsessed with an AI Daenerys Targaryen, and then he got so like pissed off about having to also do real life that he was like, I'm gonna kill myself to be with you. And she was like, I cannot wait to be with you.
Yeah, she was like 6, you there, and then he killed himself.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
How old was
He
he?
killed himself like 13,
14,
13. 14 years old.
That kid wasn't long for this world.
No, he wasn't built.
But I think a lot of boys are going to get trapped in the gap between you're interested in girls and you're able to get any attention back from them.
Sure.
That used to be a little pothole that you couldn't avoid.
Yeah.
And now I think because...
And porn and jerking off would cure that.
Oh my God. Now the pothole's getting wider and it's getting longer because there's just so much less socialization happening with kids. So I think that's going to be something we need to harness in a useful way, or we're going to have a big problem.
Well, it says here, it's funny, they're worried that the perfect AI girlfriends, but like perfect should be in quotes, I guess, because like you can't fuck it. Like,
no, I think this is AI attached to like a fuck doll type of thing.
It doesn't even need to be.
No,
Dude,
not
you
for
could be.
teen-
I have a
for
fleshlight,
Or like VR.
bro. You like? Are you still using your hands?
True, the fucking the auto blow. That's crazy. That's the
Yeah.
perfect girlfriend. The new one that you got,
dude,
the vacuum.
I have a device in here that's like
autoblow?
a floor. Yeah, have you seen the floor
The
mount
new one?
unit?
oh, Flo,
the new model.
tube that comes off that you put on your dick, and
The 2025?
It's no longer is it just mashing a fleshlight on you. Your penis is in a tube that is literally sucking and wet. And like, dude, I put it up to my mouth and it sucked the spit out of my mouth without me realizing.
It's a
Yeah,
it's a Dyson.
tried it?
It's a-
Perfect AI. Not yet. I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Yeah.
I'm saving it for my
truly a
birthday.
penis
Yeah,
Dyson.
homecoming.
You
True,
combine
that's after
that,
cruise.
combine that with an AI girlfriend, and it's like we're gonna have to say goodbye to a lot of people.
You think catching your kids or finding out your kids are jerking off is uncomfortable? Finding out they have
my
a
God.
suck machine going.
Oh my God!
And they're in there like the lawnmower man. Their fingers are hooked up to something, like they're floating.
Yeah, they're from corners of the room. They're attached to an apparatus, fully nude.
It's like a
Where
fucking Tool video.
Why does it look like all the moisture
the
is sucked
Meta
out of you?
Quest headset on.
You go, Maddie, dinner in 5.
I'll be right
And it looks like Iron Man getting out of the suit.
Ready, Ma.
And you bought that for them for Christmas. That's the worst part.
Why did you buy him that suck dungeon?
He was asking for what is he going to get a kid?
I didn't want to. They just fucking keep showing it on YouTube.
Just kept asking about it.
There's a kid playing one in Minecraft on YouTube that he watches. I tried to
It
tell
was
him.
a Skibbity Fleshlight collab. He had to have it. He was screaming.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be child abuse to not buy your child a pocket pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes, what do you want him out there in the world raping?
Oh yeah, I'm the cool dad. At least I know he's doing it.
Look, I'd rather you guys jack yourselves off here where I know in the garage.
We're going to go fuck a snake or something outside.
I found out where your
Yeah.
dad keeps his flashlight. I'm
me
telling
a
Mary Jo,
keys.
like, it's fine if he knows where it is. It's locked. It's never locked. It's like-
You keep it in the gun case. Now, I only open this thing up at the range. He goes, it's for home protection. You know what I mean? Nothing aggressive.
Sometimes you just
Oh
got
my
to try
God,
stuff.
dude! Think about, there's some sort of liability if a group of teenagers are at your group of 14-year-olds are at your house, and one of them manages to get sucked off by your auto blow like that. Like, And then it
Their
gets back to
DNA
their
is
parents.
just in your fucking house.
Oh my
I
god!
would
Then
burn the house down.
you're swapping cum with that boy.
Oh my god, dude,
That's crazy.
And then his parents find out that he got sucked off by your machine, and it's like, I would come here with a gun.
You guys
If I
are
was
Freaky
someone else.
Friday.
I would pull a guy out of the house with a gun. If
Dude,
my
friend, when we were younger, we went to his house in the same moment. We went in his father's drawer, and we found his dad's pistol's gun. And we picked it up, and everyone was kind of like, whoa, this. And then one person went, wait, what's that? And then we found his fake pussy.
yes,
And then that gun went so fast away, and then we just were sitting there drawing straws for who fucks the pussy first. But I forget who did it, but only one of us did it, because then we all realized after one went, you were like, oh. Well, no, the rest of us aren't going to go come in. But which was more weird that three others of us waited while one went in to fuck it, and then we were waiting to fuck it, and then realized we weren't going to fuck it.
I think I've probably every group of kids goes through at least one moment like that.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like one guy goes and he goes, oh, all right, fine, you go first, but I'm next. And then you go, oh, wait, no, none of us want to be next.
Thinking about the logistics, did you guys clean it before you put it back, or did you just leave the boy cum in the dad's pocket?
I feel like it was the kids. It was the kid of the dad who did it, which probably means this wasn't his first fucking rodeo, which means it probably just made sense.
Also a terrible host.
Yeah.
So true.
You're not going to offer it to me?
Now, you know, guys, let me make sure it's safe in there. Knowing my dad, this could be some kind of weird, like there's teeth in there.
You have to do it a certain way. Watch.
Him with Butterfly is in his tummy that, like earlier being like, oh my god, I'm going to show the boys the pussy.
No, you're going to break it your way. You're going to break it your way.
Stop.
Stop's my dad.
Taking it home.
You see he's got a gun.
You know, he's crazy, man.
But it is funny, when you find a man's sex toys, you'll never look at that guy the same again.
No.
That's like an Uncle Siphoning gas, dude.
Is it the fact-
it's gonna be a thing always. You're gonna be like, hey, you're a little bit of a fucking weird.
Yeah, you're the fake pussy guy.
Yeah,
The fake pussy guy, what?
My grandmother's and grandfather's best friends were Anita and Herb, that I called Uncle Herb and Aunt Anita. And older, you know, even when I was like young, they were pretty old. And my Aunt Anita's still alive, actually. But Uncle Herb, when I stayed at their house one time, I saw that he had a bunch of porn magazines, like a nice little pile. And so I
Current or from back in the day?
They were current.
Oh, wow.
But they were also, what they were was mostly like Celebrity Sleuth magazine, which I
Even
loved.
better.
I
Yeah,
loved
that's
that.
way better.
So I grabbed 3 and ballsy took them home. Somehow old enough to, because I know my thought process on that was, even if he realizes they're gone, who reports their stolen porn? Do you know what I mean? So it's like 3 go missing out of his fucking like 40 or whatever.
The female body inspector.
I'm like, who's coming looking for this? And man, I brought those home, and I forget the order of operations, but came back to my house where my mom was like, give me the magazines. Give me the magazines right now. And
he went over your head. I would have grabbed you and threatened you and said, don't you ever do that again.
it would have made more sense if he did that, and I would have understood that. That would have been a dude moment we shared.
Yeah.
That was the thing. No, that went right down the wire. But also,
was
I've
Uncle
always made
Herb-
me think, man, Herb really wanted those fucking celebrity sleuths back. He's like, are you kidding me? He goes, that was Alyssa Milano on the beach in Milan.
I had to learn how to use the internet to buy these.
That was way before internet.
Was your mom his sister?
Huh?
Was your mom his sister?
No. I said these were my
yeah,
grandparents'
they-
friends.
Oh,
They were
oh
just
my
close
god!
family
Yeah, I'm sorry,
friends.
I got hung up on Uncle Urban and Anita. Bro, yeah.
To come gunning for those porn mags, you're like, damn, dude, he wanted those issues.
Well,
Telling another adult, I think, would be the problem.
Also realizing when you have like a stack of 40, 3 are gone. Night of.
It could have just been that he had a favorite. And
yeah,
she
that's a
happened-
pristine collection. Like, he knows every inch and nook and cranny of those magazines.
Also,
True.
exactly how many people were questioned and run down before you realized I was right under his nose.
Sat
all
down with the
time.
Rolodex.
You go, yeah, I wonder where it could be.
Yeah, that fat little weirdo isn't oversexed enough to want to steal a porn magazine. Like, oh, Uncle Herb.
If only you knew.
Oh, Uncle Herb, you couldn't be more wrong.
If you knew the things I did.
Yeah, our friend, his grandfather had a pretty extensive VHS collection. So I don't know why they ever couldn't figure out that like there shouldn't be 8 or 9 like neighborhood boys standing outside your house waiting for your grandson to come back out. Why is he? I don't know. He had to go.
He would go get him for you.
Yeah, he would go upstairs.
Oh, see, that's
grab
good.
a tape.
That's pretty cool, and a kid willing to take some risk too, because our friend that we found, his dad's, he had a great extensive collection of. I was always impressed when the porn was on blank tape, because that means they made like not compilations, but there's 3 goodies on there somehow, and he had
mixtape.
He had 3 episode tapes of Dirty Debutantes, which was the earliest interview style porn. Girl comes in, it's her first time. She's only making $400 on this, and it's like an ugly guy she's gonna fuck. But like, you know what I mean?
The OG casting couch, yeah.
Yeah. Those were so great. And we would steal them from him. And this poor kid, it was just like the kid that nobody was like afraid of having a problem with them. You know what I mean? He was a bit of a dorky kid, so you felt bad, but it was like one of those like, guys, my dad's so pissed, man. Come on. Like, I know you guys took them. And we're like, I don't know if so-and-so did, but I didn't take while you're watching it actively at the time.
Sending the kid up the fucking river on the porno, dude.
I think that happened. I think a situation like that got passed around enough where I don't live with guilt, because I'm like, people definitely sandbag me on things. I sandbag people.
Karmically, I'm kind of even Steven.
I think it's even Steven. I think I've definitely I've eaten shit sometimes.
I've had problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win some, you lose some, kid.
You know what? There were a bunch of us got stopped by cops for watching a fight one time, and that they were gonna like definitely inform our parents, and I was watching everybody around me give fake names and that. That's all you had to do.
Oh yeah,
this wasn't cell phone times. They weren't going to like call and check.
Caught shoplifting at Kmart, and I gave all fake information, and never became an issue.
Yeah, I gave.
I was pulled into the office, and it was like, all right, we're not gonna take you down to the station, but just give us your information.
Yeah, I'm Seymour Butts.
Yeah, my name's Jeff Barrow, and I gave my friend's address, and actually, I gave I gave a real guy's information.
Well, that's what a lot of people were doing, and when they asked me, the only name I could think of fake was the same name as that kid that we stole his dad's porn magazines or porn movies. But in the waning seconds of that, when it got right down to it, I was gonna, and I didn't. I just gave my information.
I think that's
my
a noble
home
act.
information
For sure, 100%.
And then I went because I couldn't think of anything else but his name, because everyone was giving people's, like, they were almost like using like combinations of friends' names and whatever. But when I went home, it was so funny. It was just my stepfather was home, and I remember just like staring at the TV, and like the phone rang, and he's like, "Hello," and you just hear him with that like, "Philadelphia Police Department." Like, what? Is it? Yes, it is. And just like, you know it's happening, but you're still like,
like, what was that about? Who's that?
So the TV still like almost like fake laughing at something. Goes, man, fucking the different world is on. Hillman College is alive with laughter tonight. Oh my God, this is such. Joe, get off the phone. This is our favorite episode of the Gary Shandling show.
Hang it up,
Joe. Hang up. Who
it's
is
probably
that?
a prank.
Who cares, dude? In Living Color's on. You love black humor.
And he's just going, uh huh.
Yeah. I mean, it was no bullshit, dude. He was just like almost looking at you, and I was just acting like I was like, this couldn't be about me.
No.
Hey, where'd you say you were again tonight?
Huh?
I walked up to over by the Jewish Community Center.
Where was I with, or who was I with? Where?
When I got nailed that night, it was a shitty situation too. I knew my weaknesses in everyone's got a dart, like, you know, when it's time to run. And someone did the old, such a hilarious thing for a white kid to yell out at the time, 5-0. It just does. In hindsight, it's cringe as shit. 5-0, where everybody started hauling ass. And there was a lot of us. And this, I mean, the grill of this cop car down these alleys was like burning my leg hairs. And so the first time I was like falling behind the group like so much, I was like, I dipped off, you know, left when everybody else went straight, because I was like, they're going to go for the group before they just go for this one.
Before the winded fat child.
And then I started walking by myself, figuring like you could always just kind of be like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm walking in the park.
Yeah, what? What's the big deal? And then, but then I saw a bunch of people I knew who were all like, so everyone just kind of like, now we're back in a group of like 15 again, So in 2 seconds, the cops just pulled up next. There was no point in even running at that point. Like, I was like, guys, I thought we all kind of realized that we should have all been like, individually walking and not in a big group of people that was just called for being around this.
And then
fight
you're the only one that gives their name.
And I'm the only one that gave my
Brutal.
name. That was so fucking funny.
Wow. Dang. I think we're at our time limit. This is it.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for coming through. Thanks for having
comfortable setup, dude. This is great.
Yeah, this was just where me and Mary just smoked weed, and then we had to move all our stuff in here, and this is it. I think it's working.
And now she's not allowed to smoke.
Yeah, now she's not even allowed in here. Except to clean it and tell me how to decorate.
You should do episodes of this if you can, if you're able to do like Zoom recordings, because like I try to do that too on Shiprocked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I have a mobile setup for this.
Yeah, because like it's definitely you'll be able to get some.
Yeah.
All of us with some version of like just content for sure to do.
It'll be spectacular.
Just talking on a balcony in one of our rooms, like shooting the shit. That's what we did a bunch of bonfires like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind me bringing work,
No, dude.
that would be fantastic.
The days are long.
True.
I mean, they're long days.
Out on the rough seas.
You can only do so much. Like, I never get in the pool on the boat. Yick. Or the hot tub. Now, the boat we're doing, we saw it does have the water park, which I'm pretty stoked on.
I love a water park.
And I'd say one of the ports where people get off, one of the tourist ports.
Yeah, do you know which one to skip? I don't want to accidentally skip a beautiful port of call.
No, we got to go on the private island.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
Because that's where there's a chance I could recreate one of the fondest moments of my life, floating in the ocean, holding a big old margarita or whatever, a pina colada, while live, just 20 yards away, POD, slamming, boom, God. Here comes the boom.
Oh my God. I feel so alive.
Yeah. I mean, just literally being in the ocean. I was like, I think I was smoking a cigarette. We're on a rock.
Oh, dude. I'm going to come then, too.
Yeah.
All right, that's my second come for the weekend.
Yeah. 2 loads. It's fine.
That's fine, dude.
Yeah, 2 load cruise.
I'm planning on 1 per day, so it's like I can double stack 1 and skip another day.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, 2 months away.
Hell yeah, man.
Be the best.
Well, thank you, man.
Thank you very much. And, I appreciate everything you do, man. Guys, give it up for Big J. Thank you. See you later.
Bye. Oh, wait, the painting.
Oh, my God, the painting. Is it still rolling? Yeah. Wow,
Okay,
what a disaster that would have been.
All right, here's the painting.
I haven't even looked at it.
Fat old lady at a buffet.
The cart and the jazzy.
She has the jazzy.
The pinnacle of human achievement. Show our friends.
There you go, guys.
Another masterpiece available at the first ever live Tim Butterly show and Noah's Gala de Monstres.
Yes, there are 2 tickets left. Probably by now, probably sold out.
Probably gone. But
probably sold out.
Check timbutterly.com and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
That time for real. Thank you.
Bye.